Shota accepted the qualifying offer. What does it mean?
You are Locked On Cubs, your daily Chicago Cubs podcast, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
You are Locked On Cubs, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, now the #1 sports podcast network. We are your team every day alongside Sam Olber. I'm Matt Cozy. Sam and I are lifelong fans, taking our passion into a discussion with you.
Man, it took me a while
on all
to get
things there. Cubs. Today's episode is brought to you by FanDuel. Right now, new customers can bet just $5, and if your bet wins, you'll get $300 in bonus bets to use across the app. Download the FanDuel app today. Later, we go through the official, unofficial shopping list for the Cubs. That's based on the implications and limitations, really, of Shota Imanaga accepting the qualifying offer on Tuesday. He'll play the 2026 season for $22 million before becoming an unrestricted free agent. All players who accept the qualifying offer do have a no-trade clause until June 15th. The Cubs declined a 3-year club option on Shota earlier this month. Then Shota declined his player option. Then the Cubs gave Shota the qualifying offer. Sam, you were, as you always are in this Cubs content game, the leading voice on this. Not only were you correct, but you analyzed it, I think, properly as well. Most of us thought that he was going to decline.
And I have no idea why anybody thought that.
And this chess game was going to end. But he did indeed accept the QO like you thought.
First of all,
and take a compliment once in a while.
Thank you. First of all, can we acknowledge that from now until June 15th, the Cubs have 3 guys on a no-trade clause, and not one of them is good enough to have that?
Well, they have 4, because Tyone has a partial no-trade. Oh, they have 5, because Dansby has a full one.
Okay. You're right. I forgot about Dansby. I didn't realize Tyone. Can we stop? Do we
M&M's on Halloween
What
night.
are we doing with the no trade clauses, guys? I get it. In this sense, they don't have a choice.
Right, it's a rule, yeah.
Yeah. If you're gonna have 5 no trade clauses, you better
That's
have
a
5.
lot.
You better have 5
You better have a
perennial.
good team.
You better have 5 perennial all-stars, man.
Yeah, I don't think that's a bad expectation for a NTC.
When I think no trade clauses, I think about LeBron James. Think about those caliber of players: Jokic, Ohtani, Judge, Soto. I don't think about, and happy birthday to him. He was unbelievable in the postseason. I don't think about Tyone. Anyway, as far as Shota goes, yeah, not surprised, like you said, not like overly joyed by this. I was hoping that I was wrong, just because we know how strict they're going to be with the budget and the finances, and $22 million. At the end of the day, you have to ask yourself, do you believe this? This is a simple exercise. We really don't have to get into too much depth with this. Is this pitcher a $22 million pitcher? Will he be that in 2026? And it's hard to answer yes with the way it finished. I still think he's going to be a fine pitcher. I think we're picking at straws here, and it shouldn't matter because this is the Chicago Cubs. My guess is he'll pitch like a $15 to $17 million pitcher. Should that really matter? No. Will it? Yes. Why? Tom. But I would have, the more flexibility, the better for me. But at the same time,
especially at our age.
But we got to go see that Carson exhibit.
Yeah, we really do. It's right across from the Oglevie train station.
Can I just tell a really quick anecdote?
Yeah.
I was watching some old home movies with my family.
Oh, wow. That's
My
nice.
mom's side of the family, from like the mid '80s, and my grandfather, who I was really close to, passed away when I was 16. They were doing a talent show, and his talent was he did a Carson impersonation,
And unreal, man.
and it was pretty good.
It's unbelievable.
Want to say,
I'd like to see it sometime.
yeah, you won't be able to see it because my great aunt has it, and I don't see how you two would ever cross paths.
I don't see a path to that.
Yeah, I just wish the Cubs had more flexibility, but I also love the player, and I trust the player, and I think he'll produce and it'll be fine, and this won't be that big of a deal.
Yeah, it at least poses the question if it's going to limit their offseason. I wouldn't exaggerate this at all and say it ruins anything or puts a damper on it. But it certainly poses some questions that I would have throughout the rest of the episode. Him returning just on its own, I never mind that. I would like to be a fly on the wall, though, when that decision got faxed in. It's probably not a fax anymore, but I just have to think the Cubs thought he would decline it, and then they would try to work out a 2 or 3 year pact. And the reason why is because they didn't want to just let him walk for nothing. So they said, "Here's the qualifying offer, and when you decline it, we're going to get our much heralded draft compensation because that's
Right.
really important to the Cubs."
Yep.
Although they have drafted well,
Really well.
but so when that fax comes in or the email, what was their reaction? Because now their flexibility of money, which is important to them, went down from 73 million to 51, which is a lot.
Tons.
But now you enter the real offseason with 7 highly capable starting pitchers. And it offers security for the team. And he's a veteran. He's a veteran that could bring upside. He had at times in 25. He had upside all the time in 24. But 25 was just so up and down for him. A hamstring injury put him out of action. Sam, he had an ERA higher than I thought in September, 6.5.
Yeah, the Mets game was rough.
And in the playoffs gave us a bad taste as well. He wasn't even in the mix in the division series. But now you enter the true offseason with Steele, Horton, Boyd, Tyone, Imanaga, Ray, and Assad. Fangraph says now with Shota back in the fold, their rotation is now the 14th best in baseball. And you try to remain optimistic that they'll still add someone in between that Steele and Horton spot.
Yeah, and if they do that in the numbers game situation,
it'll be a top 10 rotation.
Well, maybe somebody goes too. I mean, I don't know. They got 5+. So, unless there's injuries or they really take it slow with Steele, who knows?
They might do that.
Yeah, that absolutely. I think with Imanaga, to me, it just came down to, do you trust yourself? You trust yourself to be. If you have any trust in yourself, you take this deal. The only side part of it would be, do you want to be secure through the CBA, or do you want to have flexibility if there's no CBA? Because he can go pitch in Japan, right?
As an individual, right?
Yeah. With that, that's the only thing I don't know. Would you rather be locked in because eventually you get that money for 2 years, 40, or would you rather be a free agent heading into the CBA stuff? I don't know the answer to that at all. I'm not an agent.
But I think it's involved because 4 guys took it.
Yeah.
It wasn't like Shota was the only one. It was a year where a lot of guys took their teams up on the offer.
Well,
literally.
maybe because it gives you the opportunity to go play professionally while you wait for the season to start and get paid that way, make some extra dough. I don't know. Doesn't make sense to me.
All right, let's keep breaking down the current group of guys and what they could do moving forward. And does it limit them in theory or in practice? We talk about that next.
This episode is brought to you by FanDuel. The NBA is back, and there's no better place to get in on the action than FanDuel, the official sports betting partner of the NBA. Even if you miss the start of the game or want to ride the hot hand, FanDuel has live bets on everything from who will score next to fourth quarter comebacks. Plus, you could even combine your live bets into a same-game parlay for a shot at a bigger payout. Folks, the Bears come back to the lakefront on Sunday, going up against one of the great franchises in the history of the league. It looks like it'll be no Aaron Rodgers, and the Bears are 3-point favorites at Soldier. What a weird year it's been, but what a blast it's been to watch this team find a way to win football games. Right now, FanDuel is giving new customers $300 in bonus bets when your first $5 bet wins. So head to FanDuel.com to sign up and play your game with FanDuel, the official sports betting partner of the NBA.
Thank you for making Locked On Cubs your first listen of the day. And thank you for making Locked On the #1 sports podcast network. And you could check out after Bears games, Locked On Bears, where Joe George is and company as they look to improve on their 7-3 record this weekend. All right. Shota returning, Sam, could have implications, limitations. I don't think it takes them out of the market for a top of the rotation starter, but it's very difficult for me now to see a path to adding one via free agency. They're not going to, I already was skeptical of them going 100 plus M's for a pitcher. It's not happening now. Do you disagree?
100% agree.
So then I have 8 names for you, and they better get one of these 8 names. Granted that these are the 8 names I know about, thanks to Jeff Passan, his piece today on ESPN.com.
Since I'm on a roll, I'll tell you who it's going to be before you even mention it.
It'll be one of these 8.
Yeah, it's going to be Mackenzie Gore is probably the guy.
Wow, and that would be a great pickup. And
Hope Bennett's okay.
Yes, that's coming through on the air, huh?
Just for a second, you're good.
So the 8 names.
Hey, maybe he doesn't want Gore. Maybe that's a sign. No Gore.
Too many lefties.
Yeah, he doesn't want that.
So I think Joe Ryan is on the list.
Absolutely.
So here are the 3 big names, in my opinion. Joe Ryan, Edward Cabrera, Mackenzie Gore. That tier stops.
Yep.
Tier 2 is Sandy Alcantara, Pablo Lopez, Mitch Keller, Kodai Senga, and Chris Bubic.
I would put Senga and Bubic in a tier above the rest of those names.
Well, you could do that, sure.
Senga just can't stay healthy, but when he pitches, he could pitch.
Wow, so you really think low of Alcantara, especially?
Well, it's just he had an ERA of like 7.
You really don't like this guy.
What was his ERA last year? About 7?
Well, it was at one point. He finished the year really well. I know that. He won the Cy Young in 2022.
Well, in 2022, I was doing a show from a different house.
Yeah. We were doing a show that no one listened to.
Oh, you did finish with a 5.36. You're right. Yeah, his amazing September that he he finished great. His ERA was 3.71 in September. Like, that's great.
He had a great finish to his season.
Well, he had a 3.71.
This is off the rails now.
Is that a great? I get it. I get it. He's got tremendous upside. I get it. I'm fine with it.
Well, I have no interest. I have no interest in Pablo Lopez.
I have a question.
Mitch Keller weirds me out
for a trade. No Keller.
The Pirates wanted Owen Casey last summer.
Well, that's crazy.
Well,
why is it okay
for
us to have a surplus of pitchers? We're talking about Steele, Horton, Imanaga, Tyone, Boyd, Assad, and one of these dudes.
And
Ray. But we can't talk about adding to the lineup that's already a foregone conclusion. I don't understand that side of it. So I'm going to answer it. I think it's because of finances. I think it's because there are guys on the market like this that fit the budget, like Tucker fit the budget last year. And at some point, you're not going to be able to just trade top prospects every year to get 1 to 2 year rentals. You're going to have to go out on the market and spend big dollars. Maybe they do that with Bregman. Time will tell.
One reason they would try to trade for one of these dudes is so then they could sign a position player.
Well, they better. If all they do is trade for one, they better sign one in a position player.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. I remember you being intrigued by Bubic in the summer.
Cabrera was 1, Bubic was 2 for me.
I think that they really want Cabrera still.
Yeah.
But there was some rumblings even the deadline day itself
with Gore
about Gore.
Yeah, 100%.
And I think a trade for a trade is more likely over the winter meetings than maybe C signing or Amai or Valdez or Suarez.
Look,
so
I'll put it to you like
think
this.
For the interest of the show too, I think we'll probably get a move. I mean, that's only a few weeks away.
I'll put it to you like this. If they add one of those 3 guys, Cabrera, Gore, or
Ryan
or Joe Ryan.
No, it's great. It's great.
Yeah, it's a top 5 rotation in baseball and a rotation that can win a world championship.
No, and that gets you really excited.
Not a team that could win one, but that that's one part
that
of
group.
That group is World Series good.
Do you have a conviction like I do that it should, unless it's someone I don't know about?
Yeah,
it really should be one of these 8 names. Like they shouldn't be trading for
like a Soroka type.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. If they're going to make a trade, it should be for one of these 8 and really one of the 5.
And you could go 6-man rotation too.
Well, I've always been an advocate of that, not to do for 162, but you at times to do it.
Well, you got Steele coming off an injury. Tyone's been hurt. Boyd's pitched a lot last year. Shota,
right, you might baby Horton.
Horton. It works for everybody. You know what?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go. This is a 2-parter. I think the Cubs trade for one of the 3 guys you mentioned. I'll go Gore, and I think they have a 6-man rotation for a large part of 25.
Great. I'm on board.
Excuse me, 26.
For 26. Yeah, we got to get used to that.
Yeah.
By the way, 2026 baseball, real baseball, February 20th is the first spring training game, which is so early. March 5th, WBC, March 26th, real opening day against Mackenzie Gore's former team.
Well, if they don't trade for him, they'll be facing him opening day.
For sure. And
against our nation's capital at Wrigley Field.
Yeah, woof. It could be really, really cold.
Yeah. Well, if
March
the Cubs
26th in this market.
Well, the Cubs better sweep.
Do you have any ideas or trying to think how to put this?
Trivia?
Well, for Mackenzie Gore, Casey or Ballesteros or Shaw is going the other way.
Yeah.
Do you care about that? Do you have ideas of what's might be better?
Yeah, let's just use Gore as the example. What's his contract situation like again?
So he would be under contract through 26 and 27.
So you're getting 2 years of him.
Do you have an issue with your eyes?
No, I'm thinking.
Okay.
So 2 years of Gore. Ballesteros doesn't go in that deal. No shot. Not for 2 years of Gore. I'd love to do it without Shaw too. Casey's gone in that deal. Forget that. He's gone.
Right. Jackson Wiggins might be gone too.
I think that's where I'd go.
Yeah.
I think could Casey and Wiggins get that deal done? Maybe with a
throw in like a major league guy
like a Ben Brown. Like a Ben Brown.
Yeah. Or Jordan Wicks or both.
Or both would be totally fine.
Right.
So if you could do, So let's do that. Casey, Wiggins, Brown. I think that's 2 years isn't a lot. So I don't. Yeah, I think we're in the right ballpark there. No to Ballesteros and no to Shaw. Not for 2 years. If it was 5 years, that's a different story.
Well, the Tucker package we basically nailed, so I'll make sure to put this episode in my notes.
I feel like we got it right.
Yeah, including you name dropping Wisniewski's name.
Yeah.
So coming up next, we're going to go over a little payroll numbers with Shota in the fold. And then who are the position guys that may be more realistic than others? What is the Cubs shopping list given this payroll number? Could they even do it? Find out next. Shout out to the everydayers. You can become a Locked On Cubs everydayer by joining us for every episode throughout the week. $51 million to the first luxury tax threshold. Cubs need one more starting pitcher. They need, to be conservative, 4+ relievers. 2 bench players, I would say, and then the positional starting, impactful position player who could start at either third, right, or DH is very, very TBD. But I do want to start there because they're unlikely to go beyond a total value of $200 million for a player. But that still should put you in a convo with Bregman. An outside chance of reunions with Schwarber and Bellinger. I get that. But then it should put you in a room with Bregman, who is going to have a deal that starts with a 1, albeit $100+ million. It should put you in a convo with Eugenio Suarez. The Athletic projects Suarez 3 for 70.
I don't want him.
It should put you in a convo with Murakami and Akamoto. They could, if you don't want to go 200+ for Bichette, for Tucker, okay, but
Bichette's getting 200+.
I think he is, yeah. You could still reunite with Schwarber. You could reunite with Bellinger. You could get Bregman. I was encouraged. I was by Jeff Passan's report Tuesday that the Cubs will be in the mix again for Bregman.
Of course, because it's going to be a short-term, high AV deal they don't have a ton of commitment for.
Right. Mackenzie Gore is going to get paid $6 million the next 2 years.
So let me ask you this.
You can afford Alex Bregman, dude.
No, I like what I'm hearing. I'm not a huge Bregman guy. I would love to see them, again, that just seems like you're making the move based off of positional fit versus the best guy, which I get you have to do.
Yeah.
I'd love to get Schwarber back in here. That's why I
do it for 145 over 5
for Schwarber.
Yeah.
What's Bregman's? What's his look like?
What's his projection?
Yeah.
I got to pull that up.
All right, 5 for 145. So that's what like 28, 29 a year.
It's 29 on the dot.
Yeah, I'd do it.
I think there's more reward than there is risk.
Yeah, I'd do that. I would do that. They're not gonna, but I'd do that.
Bregman, according to the Athletic, 6 for 171.
No, that's a no for me. That's a no.
Yeah. I just don't see why would he get that many years if he didn't last year.
So essentially, the Cubs right now are with everything, arbitration, all that stuff. They're what, about, like you said, $190, $191 for next year.
They are, yeah, 191-ish. Yep.
Okay. So let's say they want to get to 240. But if they want to get
that would be great.
But if they want to get to 240, they're probably going to get to 234, 233, so they can leave room for the trade deadline.
They shouldn't, because the trade deadline's too hard to make trades now.
Yeah. So all right, let's put pressure on them to get to 240.
I think we should.
So like you said, that's about 50 mil. So you trade for Gore.
Yeah, it'd be about 47.
So 47. So you trade for Gore, that's 6. Let's say you go get a big bat. Let's highball. Let's say it's 30 for the big bat. That's 30.
Takes you down
that's
to
36.
11 million. Yeah.
So that's 11 million, and you're going to have to fill a lot of relievers for 11 million.
Well, yeah.
You'd probably have to get some good deals there.
It would have to be a mix of minor league deals, maybe one mid-tier guy.
Could there be some sort of salary dump they could do in order to clear up more space? It would
have to be with Boyd or Tyone.
Man, I hate to say
that's where the surplus is, man.
Yeah, Hap, but yeah, you're right.
Or Hap, sure.
No, they can't. They can't.
Right, because he has a full no trade.
Yeah, his whole team does. Yeah,
you have to be Boyd or Tyone, man. I wouldn't enjoy to see either of them go. I wouldn't.
How much is Kelly making this year?
I think it's around 9.
No, they won't get rid of him.
Wow, you think they'd move on from the catching position?
I don't. Just ask the question. That's all.
Wow, he's only making 5 M's.
And don't forget, they got to add to their bench a little bit.
Yeah, they do. They do.
So we just talked about the implications. I mean, it's hard to see them adding a $30 million a year type offensive player with everything that's going on. It just is because of how hamstrung they are. If it's 240.
And that's why they've been previewing and leaking out to local reporters, hey, we want to see Casey and Ballesteros get a shot, which is code for we don't want to pay a position player $30 million. We just solved it.
Yeah, right. So, yeah, it's a shame that they can't get to $250 million. It's a shame.
I think they'll get Rob Refsnyder to
he could hit lefties.
Stabilize the bench.
He could hit lefties, Refsnyder.
Yeah, he can. All right. Well, that's pretty much the show, and I would like to propose something to you. So the everydayers know we're together Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. I'm solo Thursday. You're solo Friday. The next 2 episodes of this show, of which we're both solo, do we propose our own? Do we either propose? It'd have to be your own interpretation. Propose or predict off-season moves based on the $51 million available.
No.
Would that be interesting?
I think for you,
okay,
you could do that. I got a guest coming Thursday.
You do?
Yeah, I believe so for Friday.
Oh, is it Ken Rosenthal?
No, it's not Justin Steele either.
Okay,
that's the only guest I've ever really had.
All right. There is a tender deadline Friday. Could be some more 40-man action. Obviously, Shota was added back to the 40-man Tuesday. So was James Triantos, Pedro Ramirez, and Riley Martin. So the 40-man's up to 32 players.
They don't have anybody in the bullpen making money that they could get rid of?
We'll continue the offseason discussion. No, they don't have anyone making money.
Right.
Everyone's the pre-arbitration.
Oh boy! All right, that's
he's Sam Olber. I have quite a show. He's Sam Olber. I'm Matt Cozy. This is Locked On Cubs, your team every day.
Bennett doesn't want.
I really enjoy that.